Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. I also just did a short meditation with my inner child, so I have a message from that as well. And we're going to get right into it. So take a deep breath. The bell's sounding really good today. I'm seeing like first I thought it was an owl, and then it became a woman, like a Betty Boop woman, but she had owl eyes. You know, they kind of like moon shaped. That was very interesting. Kind of like owly, thothy, but like a Betty Boop. That was funny. Um, so today is uh, July 7th, the 7/7 portal 2020. And so it's the 7 of the chariot, and then we have that adding up to 20, right? Or is the 18? Yeah, it's 18. Sorry about that. So it adds up to the moon today in the chariot. And the chariot is the vehicle of ascension, the masculine and feminine in the chariot, the vehicle of ascension. And then the 18 of the moon. And it's actually a beautiful day out today. The sun was out behind the clouds for a little bit. I went out to just sit in the sun for a few minutes. And it was just really nice. Like there's a little bit of a breeze because we had a big storm here yesterday. So I could still feel the coolness from that. It was really nice. So I was just getting to the moon, Alice, right, from the honeymooners. So that's coming up. And my meditation with my little girl, my inner child, I just did that before I came on the video. So first, I came in really quick. I didn't sleep, by the way, last night at all. I got a little bit of a wake-up call between 6 and 7 from my twin this morning. I was in bed all night until then, so I might be a little bit wired, but I'm good. So it was very easy for me to go into my meditation because I'm so sleepy. So the first thing I was seeing animals humping, but they weren't two. I would just see the one. I don't know if there's another animal present or not. But I was just seeing the one animal, but different animals. And then I saw a porcupine that turned into a bear, and the bear was sweating profusely, like overheating. And then I saw an old man, like really pale with very little hair on his head. But his face was a bit distorted and definitely was like very pale with blue eyes. But all of his veins, like spider veins, were showing in his face. There was like tons of red veins in his face. And it was distorted. And then I asked for my little girl. And first I saw the back of about a 3-year-old me. But when it turned around, it wasn't me. It was like the dark energy just playing games with me. So I came back to center again. And right away, I got my little girl. And now she was in her very early teens, probably like 9 to 12 years old. And now acting like the cool girl, you know. So because I was just dealing with some dark energy, showing me a distorted version of my 3-year-old self, she's like, yeah, they're so annoying. Like, it was such a teenage thing to do. It was really funny. And she was she was just being really cool. Like she wasn't being all smiley and happy, jumping up and down happy or anything like that. But she was in a good mood. She was just being cool. So she was telling me, yeah, they're really annoying. They do that to me too. And then she gave me hugs, and she wanted me to know that she knows it's been hard for me. So she was actually comforting me, and I almost teared up in my meditation. And then I asked where the Divine Masculine was. And she said, oh, he's here. He's around. And he didn't come out right away. So she said, yeah, he's annoying too. It was really funny. And then I asked him to please come out. I said, I love you. And so he came out as a teen also, but he was older than her. And he was smiling. But he looked like he was up to something. I asked for a hug, and we did have a nice hug, and I told him I really missed him. And he just was whispering to me. He said, I'm coming soon, really soon. And he just kept smiling at me as he backed out of the room, like he was up to something, like he was in the middle of doing something, and I kind of interrupted, but he didn't want me to know what he was doing. All right, so that was coming up from the meditation. And also, I just took my mail in and I usually get more than one piece of mail. I usually get a lot more than one piece, but I got one piece of mail today, and it was so funny because the words how and why came up the other day in my reading, that you shouldn't use how. That was coming up from Abraham, that you shouldn't use the how word because that takes you into negative energy, whereas the why is a good word to use. And that came up, and the only piece of mail I got in my mail today was from Y, because we have WHYY here. So that was reminding us to use the why word, not the how. And not how am I going to do it, but why? How does it make you feel? Because they always want to take you back into how you feel. So that was coming up. And let's see here. A lot of co-creation energy was coming up. I did a union read for myself last night too. 71 came up, which is that Three of Pentacles of the co-creation as well. So that was big today and last night. The SIRIAN, so this is a 7-deck read for those of you not familiar. The SIRIAN Starseed deck is the main deck for the read. Excuse me, we have the, I was just eating some mushrooms. We have the Rider-Waite Mini for clarification, as well as the Romance Angels, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and the Numerology deck, and the Gilded Tarot and the Universal Golden Tarot are all out there on the table. I'm going to show you the pictures of them too so you can see them close up. So this is the basic read that's on the table. And then, oh, that way. This is the full read that's on the table. Okay. All right. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 5:15 this morning, a.m. 5 is the Hierophant and 15 is the Devil. And then at 5:22, I was pulling the clarifiers for the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and the number 72 came up, which is, again, July 2nd. It's the day I met my twin was coming up again. And then V7 was also coming up, as well as 2V. So 2V and V7, so again, the 2 and the 7. And then 58 was coming up, the 4 of Swords, number 6, which is the Lovers. And then 1, 2, 3, Jump was coming up. What is, give me just 1 second, 116. So 300, 348. That number is coming up too. I finished the read at 5:40, which is the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. Page of Cups was upright in this read. And the major arcana were Guidance, which is like the Hierophant, Justice, and Alchemy, which is like the Temperance card. And before the read and after read, because I always pull a few cards on either side of the read and incorporate them into the read as well. Before the read, we had the Hanging Man, Transition, which is the Death card, and Shadow, which is the Devil. So there may be some unnatural death that came up yesterday. That came up in the read yesterday as well, the Death card, or the Devil card and the Death card. And the Tower was upright yesterday too. So there might have been some kind of sudden unnatural death yesterday or the day before that was coming up for some people. Today the Tower is reversed, so it's nothing sudden today. After the read, I was getting the Abundance card, which is the Empress. And then we had 2 Wands, 1 Pentacle, 2 Swords, and 3 Cups. So the Cups were the most of the suits today. So the Cups are all about heart-based emotions and feelings. And we also had the 9 of Wands come up in the read, and the 9 of Cups. So the Wounded Warrior, and also the one who's very satisfied. That's the Get Your Wish card. We have the King of Swords in the read and the Page of Cups in the read. And that was it. We did have the Knight of Swords come up before the read as well. So we had a King of Swords, Page of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords before the read. So just masculine energy there. We had, number-wise, we had 777s in the read today. And let me see what comes up in the KIPPER deck, because we have that 777 card in the KIPPER deck, so I want to see if that comes up. And there's the Joker. I don't usually say that or notice that, but the Joker there came up as the Joker. The Juggle, the 2 of Pentacles was coming up as the Joker today. And that's not something I usually think about, so oh, the Joker came up in the headers today too, so I'll let you know about that in a second. All right, so what comes up from the KIPPER deck for everybody today? So for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Transmute, transform, transcend, and clear, and fill. And so it is. Thank you. Okay. All right, so distant horizons, reverse that came up, which is good. It's reversed because here it's like pie in the sky. There's no emotions to anchor into. So it's letting go of that pie in the sky notions and a message that comes in. The underlying energy is change reversed. So maybe no changes today. There's some court dealings here, and it may have to do with a house. So either selling a house or having issues with a house or splitting a house, whatever the issue is, some kind of legal paperwork, and it could be something minor too. All right, so that's coming up. So we had triple sevens in the read. We also had double nines. So the double nines are all about compassion. And we also had the numbers 1, 3, and 1 and 3 by themselves. So the Magician and the Empress. And then, so we have the code line all about 38, which was from 31 and 7. 31 is the 5 of Wands expansion, and 7 again is the Chariot. We had 67, well actually 13, which is the Death card, 37, which is the King of Cups, and then 79, which for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And in a lesser sense, we had 36, which is the 10 of Wands, the Atlas energy, 67, the Knight of Pentacles, 78, the 10 of Pentacles, and then 89, which I always tell you is the reflection of the human body temperature, which means it's either too hot or too cold, and we already got that the masculines were overheating. So that was coming up. The animals and the masculines. So the animal kingdom. All right. So the message on the code line here, like I said, it's all about 38, which is the Queen of Cups. And the numerology cards that came up were leadership, happy ending, and self-love. But some of the letters were covered. So in leadership, LE was covered, and we just had adership. For happy ending, HAP was covered, so we just had PY ending. And then for self-love, SE was covered, so southeast, and then LF-love. And LF actually comes up with a couple different meanings. I was surprised, but one of them was the number 2. So that's like 2-love, like a tennis match, 2 love, or 2-0, which is source energy. It was all about the Ace of Orbs, or Swords, which is the truth, the Excalibur. And what was coming up here is, instead of Christmas today, we were getting Mass, right? So also die was coming up, but that could be like the die is cast, but it can have to do with something dying as well, because that came up already, but I think that happened already. I don't think it would be happening today. But the Mass, and that could be an aha as well, but it's just the of feeling good and relaxing, the feeling good. Also being the divine eye, or the chakra system, and the 3, which is also the Empress and Gaia, abundance, and the truth of the swords. So it could be 3 truths with 3 swords. And the Chariot coming up here with the feminine within the masculine, and northeast and southeast were both coming up again today. They came up yesterday. And to check yourself as the feminine energy, to check yourself. And then leadership, happy ending, and self-love were coming up as the adership, the P and the Y ending. So no more peeing and no more standing at the Y in the road. And by the way, HAP literally means, has several different meanings. I was surprised with that one too. But the one that I used came up as, is it a blanket? I used the quilt, because we talk about the quilt always being completed. Like we're sewing together the quilt of our journey, of our life. So the quilt was coming up in connection with the happy ending. So that was pretty cool. So let's see here. We also have the 2 4s stacked on each other as the H, which is also the number 8. So they're both the same, but the 44 for me is the 3-dimensional, and the 8 is the 5th-dimensional dance, being balanced in your masculine and feminine, going back and forth. And the 2 4s, I call it the lap dance because it's the 2 stacked chairs on top of each other, came up at 5:55, which then I was also getting that little connection with my twin this morning that kept coming in between like 5 and 6:30. So the miss, or the lap dance miss, the coming together, the perfect fit, the die is cast, and the Empress is truth. So Princess Diana was also coming up here, and her truth. And this has to do with the third party sexual energy here, that Diana would have been not the twin, but the third party in that situation, feeling that, but feeling left out with her own husband, which can be a very isolating feeling. So it's bringing that information up to have empathy for whoever you're twins with, even though it hurts you to feel them, and sexual energy. So again, all people are affected in this situation. So we have the Chariot again, the feminine within the masculine, and the number 7, the Northeast, and again, like this lap dance mess, like Christmas, the perfect fit, that Diana's truth is now out. That was the message I was getting. And then again, the number 7, and to check yourself as the feminine, and that could be the karmic too, to check the karmic to make sure she's all right. The Sophia energy was coming up here too, and hippies were coming up. I was getting our shippy ending, or our Sophia hippie ending, and that could reference the hips as well, someone who's more hippie or curvy. So aiding our hippie or shippy ending with Sophia, 2-love. So like the tennis score, 2-0. So as we get into some of the headers down here, we had the Ace of Swords and the 3 of Swords come up here. Was the first header from tarot verbatim.com, and the dates 8/9/2014 and then 8/8/2014, which of course is Lionsgate coming up, and it's also the 2 8s of the masculine and feminine dancing side by side. It was interesting too because instead of the typical astrology, what is the other astrologies? I'm not sure which one it was exactly, but when I put my birth date in, it converted my birth date to August 8th, so that was kind of cool. So under this Ace of Swords heading from tarotverbatim.com, it said, disengage from hostilities you are not involved with, and consider being very casual about those you are involved in. Save yourself the heartache of being a social war casualty. So it's saying you can't rush it. That was coming up yesterday as well. So don't try to force the issue or force your hand. You don't want to put yourself in the war, because then you'll be stuck in the war until the end. And then in Wiktionary, the word of the day was coming up, not really a word, but a phrase, the wolf in sheep's clothing. So beware of the wolf in sheep's clothing. Someone harmful or threatening, but disguised as something peaceful or pleasant. And the foreign word, I don't know if I can pronounce it, Colbrian or Quibrian. It means part, portion, or enclosed field. So that's like a closed circuit within our etheric field. The acronyms that were coming up, we had AH, the A, and on the DI for die, and then the HAP, HAP came up. And I looked up SE again too, because that came up towards the end. So AH actually means unit of charge, right? So be careful about getting charged or getting triggered, and that can reference credit cards as well. It also means mister. It's kind of like a mister in China. Is also an expression which you well know, a surprise, doubt, a beech, B-E-E-C-H, so maybe a tree. Yes, but, would, tree, shark, mullet, however, and then his, her, hers, its, and to be. And there were other, I've been skipping the ifs and the a's and the thes now because I don't usually use those words for this, but it means to be as well. To be. And then DI was coming up as the number 501, which is Levi's genes. So Levi's were coming up in the Levi clan, right? Also means wet, and I know, to dawn, to give, of, from, the, also town, settlement, land, and coral lime. I think that was from the though. It also means water, to search, river, to say, to tell, during, you, the, die, day, where, egg, suck, suckle, two, the number 2, a bit, a little, some, and tooth was all came up for die, di. So, and back to the code line, a unit of charge, and there's definitely a charge coming in for me at that time. That was at 620 to 625, around there. I was getting a big charge. So there's a unit of charge of the to-be mass. The 103, the 501 of Levi's genes, and then the 31 came up of the expansion energy. So genes expand, or the Levi tribe expands, or emotionally fulfilled, the 131 comes up again. The 3 being the third energy, and then the 2 magicians of the masculine and feminine around it. So surprise mass, or Mr. Mass, a lap dance mass, or 2 divided 3 ways, 3 truths, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and then to check on the divine masculine's partner, the other feminine. So hap was coming up, and that means happenings, events, to happen, to chance, befall, but it also means quilt or comforter, or blanket, to wrap, a fish, to open, bite, chunk, snack, hop, blow, deer, like the animal, there, and pill. So, and hops came up too, HOPSE, which means to hop and or dance awkwardly. So to be together, to be mass, en masse, right, to bring things up to critical mass. I know the Empress and abundance is truth of the Chariot and the 70, which is, the masculine and feminine-ish, because there's a third person involved here. Or the feminine within the masculine, and the northeast energy was coming up here. So, but like I said again, northeast came up within the code line, and then southeast came up within the numerology cards. All right. So at 655, which is the lovers and the truth again, the Ace of Swords, Excalibur, we start with the guidance card reversed. So here's the guidance card, the large card here. And beneath the guidance card reversed is the Knight of Swords reversed, the Hangman reversed, Transition upright, which is death, and then Shadow upright, which is the devil. So no guidance or evil guidance. After holding tongue in awakening, the Dark Knight transitions or ends shadow, or the Knight of Swords reversed is lashing out at a Capricorn Pisces reversed, or Scorpio upright, or Capricorn upright. In negative guidance, so that could be someone yelling at their kids as well, or Taurus reversed in a divorce or divorcee. Awake with Leo, pacifying the beast or ego, or the Hierophant reversed, dark religious man, all up in his ego. Dumped a load, the King of Swords. Taurus, Capricorn, and Leo here. So at work, the secret's out, the Hermit, Dark Knight, death, end, transition or transformation, and no more Scrooge, floating a coin, Kohan, because coin is another way of spelling Kohan, so Kohan always comes up, which then comes up Kohan, which is co-pilots, with the Queen of Swords upright in surrender at 7-11, and talking about it and letting go. Rolling out the natural red carpet on Cesar brick house, that was coming up, with green and pink materials, heart and high heart compassion. The repairing of the ceiling or roof where leaks were, lots of wraps or blankets around her in surrender. The wheel, fate, destined to school the goose, and I was getting XT, and then the A is a funny shaped A. It looks kind of like a stool or a ladder. And I was getting the word extra. It's been coming up a lot, like, how kids might use it today. That's really extra. So that was coming up. And then I was getting extra, extra, read all about it. the so the wheel, fate, or destined to school the goose on Akashic records. So someone's definitely doing shadow work and going into Akashic records. The Emperor reversed, the Six of Cups reversed, and the Three of Cups reversed here, with the Emperor out of control, abusing his power in a negative situation with third party and social distancing, negative groups, and or bad influences. The Twin with issue being part of a third party and or kids. It's no picnic or it's no sweet offerings here. And then this could be the One, and beneath that was flirt and true love. There's no guidance this time, only surrender. At home, having sex, and overexposed or over-radiated, drained, sick, tired. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. The Two of Swords upright and the King of Cups upright here, offering a tulip and being snubbed, without the glass slipper to try on. The King of Cups stroking his pet, with food on the floor and coffee on the coffee table, dessert in hand, with wrap around him. Perhaps a man with red beard and crown, with inverted co-creation symbol, or the Divine Masculine asking female to take care of the King of Cups, who may be sundowning, with a bird pecking, or a chicken laying an egg, or the Divine Masculine passing gas, asking to talk for more information before the sun comes up, with the King of Cups upright. Could be a Leo or an Aries, and healing here with the 66, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and beneath that was creativity, which is the 3, and so up comes the Empress again. So holding back money, time, and effort, jealous, Knight of Cups reversed, of the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or legacy, rejected or holding back fortune from the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, kids. Injustice of patient or of emperor. Cesar was coming up right now, and see the way you pronounce Cesar is Cesare actually, and that comes up because I miscarried a child when I was in my 20s, and I'd named that child Cesare, but the phonetical spelling, because I didn't like Cesar, I liked Cesare, so it was spelled Chezaray, which literally means home of the ray. So that was coming up here again. And or the Emperor is saying that he could do better than Trump or Kanye West, or Libra reverse, Sagittarius upright, and Aries upright coming up here. The Emperor with lobster claw or clasp on injustice, or Emperor or Aries snapping at or clawing a Libra reversed at 743, 7 being the Chariot and 43 the Three of Cups. Throwing star on the steps, and that's come up before, or radon tester under the steps, or security beams or rays of light, or hi-hats under open steps. Or all fired up and cooled down all at the same time thanks to the Divine Feminine. Or they could be clamping down on kids running up and down the stairs, or leaving their drinks in the living room, or especially while he's watching Trump on TV, or anything, about the state of the union, that kind of stuff. So then Cesar Romaro came up, which was weird, but he came up. His birthday was February 15th, 1907, and he passed away January 1st, 94. And he was known as a Latin lover, and he was the Joker in TV's version of Batman, and also the gay Caballero, Zorro, and 39-week passport to danger, amongst others. And then going back, he came up just briefly, and then going back to the read, holding back payment for injustice by kids or to kids, or Emperor standing over or presiding over injustice or Libra reversed, and kids, Knight of Cups reversed, and Page of Cups reversed. They could be moody or whiny, or just water sign kids. Or the Emperor has a lot, but they're not giving any more to the kids, or Libra reversed and kids. The Emperor without guidance or divorcing, breaking contract, and surrender to third party, social distancing or bad influences, or just overindulging groups, or seeing himself with a Libra reversed, feminine energy, and 2 water sign kids reversed who may be upset with him, and the King of Cups upright, healing or unconditional love of the Page of Pentacles reversed. Number 66 came up for the Page of Pentacles. And this, she could be coming up though as a fake psychic, or someone who's trying to be one, or has no intuition, or that her secret's out and she's now healing about it. The Emperor, Guide, or Hierophant reversed, Taurus reversed, and surrendered to the Queen of Swords, third party Libra, and the King of Cups upright and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, healing with their secret out or with a secret passion. The recent energy here is Justice reversed, the injustice of the Page of Pentacles, student or an opportunity, but the Page of Pentacles following the Dark Knight or an opportunity to follow the Dark Knight or do research, with Death, transition, or Scorpio energy here, while Aquarius reversed and Aries reversed are blocking the exchange or in heated debate with the King of Wands upright, or researching death or Dark Knight or transformation and rebirth, and depressed or loss of hope, or arrogance or vain and lacking faith, falling on their face or from grace, holding back feelings from the King of Wands, or foolishly, which withholding in general. No sleep and rising above, tripping up, dropping the mask, the facade, or the act, breaking patterns of manipulating the Queen of Cups reversed, or with a manipulative Queen of Cups reversed. Libra reversed, Gemini reversed, Virgo reversed, Scorpio upright, Aquarius reversed, and Aries reversed all here. The foundation is the Seven of Wands upright, rising above, drama and flames, and the Ten of Cups reversed in the end of an emotional cycle with negative self-talk or spying and rumors or kids lying, being mean or vulgar mouth. Ending pain or a painful end, betrayal after sudden drama, epiphany or orgasm, playing hardball, a hard-boiled egg is coming up again, playing hardball, withholding time, money, and effort, or magnetizing energy or money from lies or rumors or kids' false advertising, or holding payment over their head. Suffering in silence, stressed out, purging, or can't sleep, over the pain and betrayal. Both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine reflecting each other's pain here, one withholding communication and the other time, money, or effort, or playing ball if that's the way you want it. No good excuse for the Divine Feminine's, no good excuse for him sharing the sexual energy of the Divine Feminine with his partner, letting her touch her. And the central energy is the Three of Pentacles upright, the King of Wands upright, Aquarius reversed, Sag reversed, or holding back an announcement or judgment, losing their patience, with fallen angel, unable to get the words out, to come clean and heal, at 824, which is the Strength and the Queen of Wands, and then challenged by the Ace of Swords upright, the Truth being out, and the King of Wands recovering from the Page of Cups upright, message of love or child. There also could be the coming clean and healing was with perhaps with third party or negative groups or gossipers, just any kind of negative influences or overindulgences. The Page of Cups message of love or a child. And the King of Wands can be pushing their emotions down, right? Trying to be the man of passion and not be a wuss, right? At 825, which is the Strength, and then the 25 of the Knight of Wands. Him purging, overwhelmed, and then the King of Pentacles, perhaps dumped on the Page of Cups while supporting the Knight of Pentacles to offer help or work or go shopping in post-war cleanup. So this is the King of Pentacles directly attached to the Knight of Pentacles, which can be him or can be someone beside him, a child or someone he works with. Holding tongue to heal while choosing a new path, or Hermit or Virgo is. Twin lovers no longer flirting, but getting down to business, ending competition because love is not a competition, with third party or with negative groups or bad influences, overindulgers, or those out to win at all cost, no matter who they hurt. Walking away, avoiding Hermit who's missing their flame, finding peace in injustice, what's not fair or unfair, what's not truth or not balance, twinkle toes, fairy justice of the King of Pentacles and the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, recovering back into the fold. The Magician reversed, insecure and without tools or manipulative, or Libra reversed and Gemini or Virgo or Aries all reversed, going out to eat for a change. Third party reunion, or the King of Pentacles upright and the King of Wands upright, with peacetime offering for each other, or each with their kid or co-worker. The King of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands with the Knight of Wands, or they're two people who grew up together, or partners. losing patience, or fallen angel. Sagittarius reversed, connecting with the Knight of Pentacles, loyal servant. Libra reversed, Taurus reversed, Virgo reversed, Gemini reversed, Sagittarius reversed, perhaps an Aries reversed here. And now at 8:44, the Strength and the Four of Cups, the grounding and integrating and mastering of love. Now, in the present moment, in the crowning position, is the Wounded Warrior reversed, ending the battle, the fight, the competition, surrendering. The Page of Cups, with an open heart, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, letting go to repair, fix, or mend, or patch up, perhaps overworking or suffering in silence. The Page of Cups can also be an offer of friend or an offer of friendship, someone just wanting to help, or a child. Suffering in silence, the King of Pentacles and Emperor, or the King of Pentacles is the Emperor. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is offering a kind or loving word, and the Queen of Cups reversed may be crying or moody at night, or could be a Cancer person, or two women or girls not wanting to patch the ceiling themselves, or having their period and being crabby. The Wounded Warrior surrendering the battle, giving it up, and the Page of Pentacles upright, hurting each other or hurting themselves. Somebody, again, could be cutting themselves. It's the really good student, the one who puts themselves under a really lot of pressure or too much. So the Page of Pentacles upright, even though they're a really good student, they may be hurting themselves, so that if your parents out there suspecting something like that, you should check out your kids. Or they're hurting, if they're siblings, they're hurting each other, or perhaps close friends or cousins, that kind of thing. The Knight of Cups reversed, jealous or insincere with them, with their world upside down, or the Queen of Swords upright, talking about the 5D world, or needing closure, or to end cycles, or talking about being prisoner, or the Divine Masculine as a prisoner, both being a victim, all tied up, with the Hermit shedding light on it, in surrender to connection and peace talks, with Narcissistic Hierophant reversed, which can be a religious leader, or someone with an establishment, or a marriage, or a Taurus reversed, and the Devil or Capricorn, waving hasta la vista in a divorce or break at home. Capricorn upright, Taurus reversed, Libra reversed, Gemini reversed, and Virgo both upright and reversed. So it could be two people who are Virgo. Closing the distance gap, or ending or crowning, or coming clean in close quarters. No surprise, they're working to align with Sovereign and Empress, and the Page of Wands is reversed. Could be a spiritual leader, or Taurus reversed, or divorce, or breaking contract. And the King of Cups, or keeping the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright apart, because they may be two kids who are not getting along. But the Knights are okay with each other. So the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles are good, but the Pages are not. Soon is the Seven of Cups reversed at 9:05, which is the Hermit and the Hierophant, dumping emotional attachments and whittling their options down, or running down the steps. Grieving or feeling guilty, sad, or the injustice of Libra reversed at 9:06, which is the Hermit and the Lovers, which the Knight of Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles offering help, services, or friendship in the aftermath of war and cleanup crews, which was funny because I keep seeing trash trucks come by all day. It's very unusual. But they're not, I have some extra trash out there, and of course they wouldn't dare stop and pick it up. But yeah, there's been about like 4 trash trucks have passed by my house today. Injustice of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, loss of money, income, business, or just dysfunction, or making a big purchase and getting attention. Good news leading the way, bringing pi and phi. It's all Greek to me. Knowing and keeping to self for peace of mind. Pretending not to know was a mistake, or tripped them up. They were now forced to drop the facade. So Hierophant reversed and Sun reversed, or Taurus or Leo, and Libra reversed, all here. Being more spiritual, or divorced and drained, sick or tired, in need of sunshine, or overexposed or overradiated, but now present to it all. He sees himself as the King of Swords upright, finding peace, ending the battle, or going out on a boat, or shipping kids back and forth. No sleep, but rising above, the Page of Wands reversed, frustrated and perhaps having temper tantrums, or uninspired at present. Dumping emotional attachments to be happy with self, and receive sexual or creative offer. dumping emotions into the present moment, satisfaction and peace, and handing over sexual energy back to self, since the conflict is now over. You deserve love came up, playfulness came up, and around him, or how he is seen, is the Page of Cups upright, cracking their heart wide open, presenting the truth to stand up to the King of Cups, insecure to start over in love and come together at work in order to co-create. The blocks for the masculine here are the Alchemy card reversed, so impatience or lack of balance, walking away from the Queen of Wands, so perhaps blocked from walking away, worrying about the imbalance of it. But she may be coming up here with a bad temper or a fallen angel. And leadership, happy ending, and self-love comes up here for the masculine. And again, the 2-love, so like in a tennis match, 2 love. Also coming up from the numerology deck cards was add extra room ship. Pi and Y in the road are ending 2-love or 2-0. So again, someone might be going on a cruise, but there actually ends up being extra room on the ship because they may have one more person coming. And again, Pi and the Y in the road. And all that stuff ending, no more being stuck at the Y in the road. And because it's 2-love. And this was coming up again from the numerology cards. Lerhap SE, which translates to the quilt is each other, one another. It's complete and understands. SE is Sweden and Chinese music. A plucked zither, cloud, water, each other, one, to sea, law, flower, gills, if only whether, dog, no, be able to, so, I, someone, something, be, get, up, upwards, his or her father or paternal uncle, oneself, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourself, yourself, and themselves. So it's like everything, all encompassing the one, each other. The quilt is each other, all sewn together. The sea also comes up as well as the sun and 100. So the quilt is complete. It's one. It's each other. Understands one another. The energy vampire Queen of Wands coming up here, undressing for the divine masculine, and this can be a child as well, who's draining his energy, with flame present on purpose. So that it's the Queen of Wands doing this on purpose, knowing that the twin flame is actually present all the time. The Queen of Wands undressing or maybe trying to flirt with him or turn him on, and obviously that wouldn't be a child, but there's some kind of weird energy that way. So energy vampire with the Queen of Wands undressing for the divine masculine. It could just be trying on clothes to show them if it's a child, but for the partner, it could be someone they're separated from or divorcing and them trying to flirt with them or you know, to do something they know that turns them on, to annoy them or to try to get them in bed. But undressing for the divine masculine with the flame present and the Queen of Wands doing that on purpose to steal energy again. So they may be drained and realizing that they get a lot of energy from the sexual energy. So the Page of Wands is reversed, frustrated, Taurus reversed, or third party or bad influence, or uninspired but satisfied with selves. Third party reunion, losing patience with partner or connection, with the Knight of Pentacles offering their services. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles coming together to connect one-on-one post-war with trauma and feeling taken from. The Nine of Wands and Nine of Cups both came up together, but the Nine of Cups was upright. The Nine of Wands Wounded Warrior was reversed here, which is the surrender, so that's good. The Wounded Warrior gives up, and the Nine of Cups is satisfied or gets their wish. Or the Queen of Wands upright and Page of Wands reversed are satisfied shopping. Maybe the Page of Wands didn't find what they wanted, or Sagittarius throws a temper tantrum if they don't get exactly what they want. So Empress upright but Taurus reversed came up here as pleased with self, working to align. And also could be someone who's divorced, but working with self to align and to get attention at the E tower, or Sovereign and Empress, Taurus reversed and Cancer reversed, recovering from an illness, or kids with too much sun or getting sunburned, or recovering from the state of emergency, and or divorce or break in contract or breakdown up or through. So recovering from any of that kind of stuff. 950 is the Hermit and the 10 of Cups, the end of an emotional cycle or a happy ending, which came up in the numerology cards as well. So when Jupiter, which is Sagittarius, aligns with Mars, which is Aries or Scorpio as well, then peace, or Uranus in the central sun, shall guide the planets, or Pisces, and love, or Venus, and source will steer the stars, which is Aquarius. I don't know why that came up like that, but it just did. So good news, success, attention, and leading the way to or at the E-Tower, the Divine Feminine's heart, from a greater perspective. The Knight of Cups reversed may be off balance, perhaps moody and or insincere, with the Six of Pentacles reversed, but the Divine Feminine's heart has it handled with Seven of Pentacles reaping rewards on top. So the Knight of Cups reverse may come in with the Six of Pentacles reverse, so perhaps having financial issues or imbalanced relationship. But the Seven of Pentacles, which in the SIRIAN Starseed deck is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, is coming out on top as reaping rewards and good. So that's at 10:01, and then so that's the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. And then at 10:02, which is the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords is reversed, holding back, and the Hanged Man is awake in transition portal, doing their shadow work, perhaps waving. So like raving, twins are waving because the second wave's coming in here. And that might have been the date from yesterday. So the 7-6 might have had to do with the second wave. The 4th to the 5th is like, you know how you backpedal and create momentum? So the 4th was where you backpedaled to, and then you create the momentum over the 4th and 5th to get back into the 6th, which then is the second wave headed in here. This is the only time where the second wave actually came up in the read. So again, it was really funny that for the twins, waving is like raving. It's the twins wave. So the second wave, with their own guidance system, standing up and taking the high ground, the King of Swords upright, and the Page of Cups message of love for injustice at work and challenged by the truth being out, or falling back down the stairs due to losing patience, right, trying to do it too quickly, the wounded warrior surrendering to self-satisfaction with the Empress and Divine Masculine working on crystal work or working with crystals to align with good news at the E-Tower, the Divine Feminine's heart reaping rewards. 2, love. So divorce, break-in contract, or Taurus reversed, or religion, establishment, or societal norms, but all reversed. So break from a religion, establishment, a Taurus, a contract, or divorce, alternative beliefs, and or injustice of the Emperor standing up for themselves at work, challenged by the truth and surrendering, and the King of Swords upright, walking down the stairs, or repeating steps or grades for self-satisfaction, or the Page of Cups opening their heart wide and impatient to be happy with self. So someone might have to repeat something because they rushed through it too quickly, so they missed the lessons. They had to repeat it. So SE comes up again here with the 2, love, or 2-0, which is also judgment. And the SE also means 1. So we had 1, 2, 0. And 120 degrees just came up in one of the headers this week. So that was significant. And 120 is also 12, which is the Hangman, backed up by a lot of source energy. So also in French it came up as, first I wrote 120, because 100 and then 20, but it's actually 10,000. So it's 10,020. So that was coming up. And then they were, for some reason, they made me write it in French, and then I decoded it, and it comes up as, this is 10,020, was coming up as divine 9, mil, or Metatron, the chakra system, and 11, all coming up as the same thing. And Ev, myself, in good timing. So they're making a little funny here. So the divine 9, Metatron, the chakra system, and the number 11, and Ev in good timing, and then they were saying all in good time, my dears. So it's saying to slow down, you can't rush it because you're going to make a mistake and then you'll have to just repeat the lesson. And especially since 8/8 is graduation, now is the graduation period, but the finalization of the graduation is August 8th. So I'm telling you that now so that you're on your best behavior, okay? If you want to participate in the graduation ceremony. All right, so let's see, was there anything else? I do want to pull a few more cards from the energy deck to see what's coming up. Let's see what time it is. 49:55. It's 54 to 55, which is spreading the word and then the truth again. So 55 was big. It just turned 50, which is complete emotional fulfillment. So that's a good sign. All right. So again, for everybody, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is our takeaway from this read today? Take another deep breath. Anxiety. Okay, that's that Page of Wands. Okay, that comes up as deceit too, but here it's coming up as anxiety. So the anger, the frustration, all of that anxiety issues coming up to be released. And it's also, again, the 18, which today adds up to the 18, which is the moon energy of Cancer and being moody. So you may be dealing with a lot of moody kids, but it may be coming up in you as well. So be it feeling moody or frustrated or aggravated. As my inner child used the word annoying, they're so annoying. That could be coming up. And then we have the 11 again, of justice, of cornucopia, that is the abundance. The chakra system, the Metatron, the 9, the 11. The cornucopia, justice, truth, and balance. And last one, and then the underlying energy, the blossoming abundance. Again, this is all about Gaia, and take advantage of the beauty of nature right now. The blossoming abundance that it is right now for you to enjoy. The animals and the plants and the nature and the food. Look at that. All right, it's saying to notice what you have right in front of you right now at this moment, right? So not to fall into things that you think you don't have, because you have all of this right in front of you. It's like Thanksgiving every day, okay? And a beautiful shower. There's like a shower, rays of a shower coming down here. And it was thunderstorming all day yesterday, and I love it when it thunderstorms. It's so cool. So it's very different energy here, because we go from the anxiety of the root chakra and the reds and the moon, moodiness, to the 11 and the 3 of the justice and the empress and abundance energy. Okay, and it's really sunshine. It's very golden. And actually the third chakra came up earlier too. So a lot about self-confidence and shining your light. There's a butterfly on the light too. It's like they're taking a slide. I'm getting on gossamer wings, because it's like the butterfly's on a beam of light. On gossamer wings. And it's yellow light. So again, the solar plexus energy coming up. And a reminder to walk away and within. This was just sitting in my hand. So but the bottom of the deck is the man holding a heart. So this is the masculine going through a grieving process. Okay, so 45 is the grief card. It's the 5 of Cups. Grieving loss, regret, guilt, shame, not letting go of the past, right? And or stuck at the Y in the road, not going forward. So that's the energy that's coming up. So there's anxiety and a grieving process going on here with a big root chakra for the masculine and feminine energies here. And then to have gratitude for what you actually do have. And it's not saying like don't cry if you need to cry, but also then see the gratitude in what you actually do have at this moment, even though you feel like you're lacking something else. So that's a very important message. All right, do I want to pull something else? I'll give you another Kipper deck card. It's coming up to 53, which is the catapult. It's the Knight of Swords times 2. So a lot of truth coming in, or head to head. And then we have change. Now we have the change. So in the beginning of the read, we don't have the change. Now we do. Somebody could be getting a new car. And here's trying to ground into no emotion. So this may not work. Again, it's pie in the sky. Someone might be dreaming for a car. So that's coming up because of what I just talked about, the abundance of being in lack and then being in abundance. So it's saying you can dream of it. Yes, please do imagine it. That's good. Use your imagination, but don't go into the reality of lack, right? Imagine all of it and know that it's yours. Okay, so that's the message there. And then great fortune is upon you. 26 is that Page of Wands. So then the Page of Wands will turn upright and then be inspired instead of having temper tantrums. Okay? And then we have the bottom of the deck, which is the adjudication. Then when you use your imagination, then you turn all this negative stuff upside down, and then the house is all, everything is right with the world again. Okay? That's what I'm getting. So instead of, it's like turn that frown upside down by daydreaming and using your imagination. Okay, so make sure you drink your water, get your rest. I need to get rest because I didn't sleep last night. Get your joy in your nature. And I love you guys. Be good to yourselves and rise and be loved. Bye.